Hello there everyone and welcome to my Eruption of Shame. Now, as you may be aware, Humble Bundle has just had another change. It is no longer a choice. It is definitely not a choice, even though it still has the choice mechanics in it for some bizarre reason. So, they changed up the way Humble Bundle works. They've changed back to one price again, which means that the classic subscribers are back to just being regular subscribers. You'll also notice that the number of games has been decreased. Now, there's a few reasons for this. And the primary one seems to be that they want to stop people from pausing. Because if you pause, you now lose your entire bundle, your 20% store discount for an entire year. So it does mean that if you reach the point where you cancel or want to pause a month, you basically go back to 10% and that's it. Which is a little bit iffy. Now, it also seems to have been done away with the gifting a store discount. However, what does this mean? Gift different choice. Oh, it means literally just, would you like to pay for someone's home choice? Yeah. No. It looks like they've actually completely removed the ability to gift your discount, which is something people really liked. They used to be able to gift their 20% discount to someone else, a friend, and be like, hey, here you go. That's gone. Referring a friend is still around, but honestly, I'll be surprised by that. And you've also got the Humble Games collection, which I suppose we'll also check out and see if that's worth it. But now even that requires its own launcher, apparently, which is a little bit annoying. As for the games this month, it's what you'd expect. They made a big change, and so they're bribing us to stay. Because, let's face it, if we stay, then they keep getting money from us. Now, if this is a sign of what's to come, then maybe that's a good sign, a good thing. But I have a feeling it's going to be going back to trash pretty quickly again. So let's have a look at what games we have this month. Obviously, the showcase game is Borderlands 3. If you know this game, you know this game. It is not as good story-wise as Borderlands 2, because, yeah. But, it's gunplay, and it's looting, and everything that makes it good is good. And the fact they gave it out on Steam instead of Epic, because a lot of people were afraid of the wording inside the thing that basically changed it so they could give away games on Epic as well, and on other platforms as well, which people were a little bit concerned about, because they're like, no, we just want Steam keys. Well, fair enough. At the moment, though, you can still get a Steam key. So I guess if you've already had Borderlands 3 on Epic, and now you want Borderlands 3 on Steam, that's quite good, I suppose. But a lot of people may already have Borderlands 3. Which is why the fact that they're giving out as well the quote-unquote director's cut. Now, you'll also notice they haven't actually put the rating on this director's cut anywhere. Yeah, this one's got the rating. This one hasn't. So, if we go and check why that might be the reason. Let's see. So, if we go and check why it might be the reason they haven't put the Borderlands 3 Director's Cut rating on Steam.
Right,
yeah. It's because everyone hates it. So, yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Like, it's good for people who don't have the base game, I suppose, because who'd want to pay for this? But, like, it's not actually the whole thing. Like, you still got the designer's cut to go, which is also negatively rated. So, realistically, you're You're sort of stuck within in a rock and a hard place there. So you've got two lots of things which people don't think are worth money, combined to make the bundle puffed up and look bigger, but realistically it's not bigger. So if we ignore this, because let's face it, Director's Cut isn't its own thing, it's a duplicate, we only have 8 games. One of which, I'm pretty sure this is a multiplayer game, predominantly. So, yeah, I'm a little bit Like, on the one hand, the games are slightly better, slightly higher quality, some of them. Like, there's multiple of them on my wish list. On the other hand, putting the Director's Cut as a separate entry and hiding its rating, it doesn't sit right with me. But let's look at what other games they have. So, Borderlands 3 is good. Director's Cut is not even a game, so not important. Now, Black Book says it's an indie adventure RPG and strategy. Okay. So, a haunting tale of a young sorceress who gave her life to... Oh, okay. This Dark Forces, it's got cards, so it's a card-based strategy. That's what Mental is a strategy. Fair enough, fair enough. So it says the Black Book uncovers the seals of the Black Book, unleash hellish spells on your enemies, collect cards for your progress, historic adventure, solve riddles and complete side quests, demonic flock, summon demons, but do you be careful, and explore a world based on Northern Slavic mythology. Now, this does sound interesting. I must admit, this does sound very interesting. It seems like it's a humble... Maybe it's a humble game? Oh, I don't know. But it does seem very interesting. The fact that it's using the card game mechanics that's usually kept these days for roguelikes and deck builders, and sort of using them like this, I don't think this looks like a roguelike, so that's interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to trying out this one. In the olden days, a young sorceress surrenders her life to the forces of darkness. To bring her beloved back to life. He decides to challenge the forces of evil. And descend the depths of hell itself. Okay, can I take it all back? Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to play it, but it looks a little bit more horror than I was expecting. Oh dear. I feel like that's not going to go well for me, no. But, oh well, it does still look like a beautiful game, very interesting, even if it is very... Yeah, terrifying and not my game type, but I guess it's the point, or what I like about the Humble Bundle, that I get games that I otherwise wouldn't even look at a second time. And it goes well with the whole series of trying to try a bunch of different games and seeing what I love. So yeah. Per Aspera, this is another one I know and have played. So far, when it first came out, Per Aspera was in a pretty dire state. It was good, but everything fell apart when you played it for too long. I haven't actually played it since. They released a... DLC to increase the terraforming. Oh, it wasn't even DLC, it was a free update to increase the terraforming capability, so I was meaning to go back. I almost feel like I should put it on my Mountain of Shame again, just so I can go back and play it when I finally roll it. Is it as good as Surviving Mars? Depends. I personally don't think it is as good as Surviving Mars. However, it's a different game entirely. This is more of a logistics simulator, as opposed to a, well, anything else. So, the other thing is not just logistics; it's also a story simulator. So there is a storyline. I think the biggest problem I had with Per Aspera, besides the fact that the gameplay was a little bit hard in the late game, was the simple fact that when you played this game, you were given the idea that, oh, you are a terraforming robot who's terraforming. But then instead of actually terraforming Mars, you just went through a bunch of crap and storyline, which was fine if I was still ending up with terraform Mars at the end, but never actually allowed you to terraform Mars. It just sort of like, you did some minor things, and then there was mystique and hacking and twists and stuff, and you never actually got terraform. So I am quite happy to see you can now finally terraform Mars, yes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that does look much better than it used to, so, you know, fair enough, I suppose. I mean, look, it is getting better all the time. All the free deals, all the free updates are quite good. I believe it also released a paid update, a paid DLC, or is going to release a paid DLC. I believe that's the case. So that is actually probably a good thing to say, to be sure. That is actually finally feeling like it can actually, well, make something worth charging for. When was it meant to come out? Was it even on here yet? Oh, it was something I forgot. I think they said that eventually they're going to release a paid version next. So, Thank you. Yeah, first content update. Yeah, second content, third update. Okay. First free DLC. What's coming next? They're going to release multiplayer. That's cool. And here we go. New expansion. This is what I saw. New expansion coming early 2022. So with enough expansion packs and with enough free content packs, this game could actually really be worth playing. And I'm guessing its reviews are probably a lot higher to. Yeah, they are. So I may have to give this another look at some point, because it does look like it might have made the difference. But yeah, for you can pick it up on the Humble Choice if you wish. It's probably, this is the thing, any current Humble Choice people get to keep their 20% as long as they keep the service. But like, if we ever want to pause, we've either got to pay, we're basically going to keep throwing away that $13, $14, $15 just for the luxury of keeping our 20% discount. I mean, I guess when you think about, if you're buying a new game that's got 20% discount versus 10, if you're buying, say, a $90 game or a $60 game, that's $6 or $9 respectively. Which means as long as you're buying 2 games every month, it's totally worth it. But not many people are. It might be worth it for me to keep it regardless, just because I've been buying a lot of games for my mountain from this, from Humble, but for the normal person, I think it might become a point where you'll just want to subscribe when it's good and not pause, because what do you gain from it? You don't gain anything from it. So, yeah. Alright, just die already. I saw someone on my friends list had this. It looks like it's predominantly a mobile game. Oh, not a mobile game, a multiplayer game. It just looks like it's a silly physics simulator. It's made by the Goat Simulator people. I do quite like Goat Simulator. I think I like Sanctum a little bit more, but that was what they made before, a tower defense game. That being said, I mean, I suppose this is interesting, and I suppose I'll give it a try. But I gotta say, not a strong addition to this bundle. Now, this one I have had on my wish list for a while. I don't know. It's some sort of a city builder, but you build it based on hexes. It's been on my wish list for a long time because I am a big city builder fan. So it a lot is probably the main reason I want to purchase this along with Calico, because Calico is like, well, it's cats, which I'm not really a massive fan of cats. However, it's a game I never purchase, but that I probably would like. So that's sort of where I'm at. But yeah, so before we leave, that's a good one in my mind. I'm looking forward to playing that. Paradise Lost, this is another game I've never actually heard of. It says it's an indie adventure simulation. And it looks like it's a post-apocalyptic sort of setup. So, yeah. I'm not sure what to expect on this one. I hope this is another scary game. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Welcome to our humble home. My heart rejoices to see us all together as sisters and brothers.
I gotta say, it looks beautiful.
You were all summoned here to proclaim your allegiance to the gods.
And I'm getting some serious Bioshock vibes.
And you have stood by your word. The faithful need not be afraid. We who have been blessed by the gods will prove the power of our faith to the doubtful. The unfaithful are no more. They brought the wrath of the gods upon themselves. Do you understand? They are to blame. But we're still together. Everyone who matters is alright.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure about that one. It feels a bit spooky. He's got the religious undertones, but on the other hand, it seems really interesting. So I don't know. It might actually be really good. Okay, that's an interesting one. Another wild card. So fair enough there. So yeah, I suppose until proven otherwise, I'll count this as a positive. However, I must say, I may not be able to play through the whole game. It might be a little bit much. But hey, I'm not going to say no. Next one is Everhood. Apparently an action indie adventure RPG, but at least based on this, it looks like it could almost be rhythm-based. Yeah, it looks like it is rhythm-based. Interesting. I mean, I like rhythm-based RPGs. I quite appreciate the Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's also giving me a little bit of an Undertale vibe with the low-poly NPC characters. So, and world. Like, that's definitely giving me a very much an Undertale vibe. Music-based battles embark on a 5-6 hour journey with twists and turns. Explore the unexpected. Custom battle editor. I mean, yeah, this looks alright. It's overwhelmingly positive, so that's good. Okay, I do like that. Yeah, I like the right race thing. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. Looks like they're going more for the Undertale idea than I would have expected. Okay. I mean, that looks very interesting. I'll give it that. They're definitely going for an Undertale vibe there. And if there is some sort of a change that they've made, that's interesting too. Like, as in, like, some sort of weird twist. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Now, Calico is a cute game. It's a very cute game. It's a life sim. I always like life sims. I'm not a big fan of cats though, so I wasn't too excited about this when I saw it. It's not on my wish list or anything, but if I'm getting it for free, I mean, it should be adorable, I guess. Hopefully they got more than just cats. They probably don't. I'm guessing they don't have more than just cats. No. Unless they just are showing off the cats because that's what people like most. Maybe there's like a crab or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. Little pet crab. But no. Okay. Oh, actually, they have a raccoon over here. And they have a doggo. Maybe I can choose something other than a cat to have on my head. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out. But still, I mean, it's something. Overall, this bundle is definitely giving out better games because it wants to keep you. But they can't hide the fact it's a lot smaller like this. Because think about it. 8 games. 10 games. And there's still one left over. There's still some left over. So yeah, 8 games. This is just 10 games. Okay, 10 games. Come on, let's go back here. This one, literally 12 games. Like, they're dropping down the number of games. This one, 10 games. So, the base is dropping off a couple of games, and what do we get in return? I don't know. I suppose we've got to look at this to find out. But it looks like I can't actually do that unless I download the app. Okay. I really don't like that fact. Okay. I suppose we've got to check out the new app. No. Not really a big fan of this. I'm going to pause and come back once it's installed. Now, in theory, I suppose their plan is that by doing this, they become more like a Netflix service. So I can access these for as long as I keep going, I suppose. Maybe they add and remove games over time. Obviously not going to go for every game, but, you know, your library is empty. Okay, games you download from Humble over here. Browse. Okay, so these are all the games. Let's see if there's anything I actually want to play or any that. Well, 20-Minute Metropolis. I remember getting that added at some point a while ago. I never tried it out, but basically a town builder game. Looks alright, I suppose. We've got 2001, A Space Felony. Okay, that sounds pretty funny, I've got to admit, but yep, okay. A Short Hike. I played a whole video on this, and it was pretty great. So that's a good one. I guess that's a freebie, to say the least. Short Hike was wonderful, but keep in mind it was, as it says, short. A2BE, a science fiction narrative. Okay, that looks interesting. I don't know what sort of game it is. I guess an adventure game of some description, but yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, maybe I could add some of these to my mountain. I don't know, I feel like, because I don't know if they're ever going to add or remove them, I feel like it's hard to add these, because if I do and they remove them, then they'll still be on my list. I guess if I roll them, I just move on. After Hours is a Vinaigrette FFV game. Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. A little bit weird, but interesting. Okay. Alt 254, minimalistic open world adventure game. Wow, they're not kidding about the minimalistic. That is tiny. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I guess I like the idea that it's a bunch of like tiny games, but still. Arog. Once again, a very small little game. Tale about a man accepting his death through his dreams. Okay, fair enough. The balconing simulator. Wait, what? Okay. I'm just not going to ask what that one's about at all. Fair enough. Before I forget, this is a game I had on my wish list on Steam for a while, so I suppose I should just play it here then, if that's the case. Might as well make the most of this silly thing. Alright, Bomber Crew. Bomber Crew is Bomber Crew. I've already got that on Steam. I think I've already played it. A friend gave it to me. It's alright, I guess. Fair enough. Boof, another game I haven't heard of. Dystopian adventure in the early 21st century. Okay, fair enough. Card Quest. Okay, card battling game. Looks like multi-choice adventure. Seems a little bit old, even though it's probably not. Okay. Co-Open. A game about kids' first time growing groceries on their own. Okay, that seems fun. You just buy everything. That's generally what happens when you had your first freedom of yourself. You just sort of buy everything. So fair enough. Kapoko, a game about a bird. I'm in. That sounds fantastic. Yes. Create a crate. You're a prototype for the brand new appliance. Fair enough. The only problem, you'd rather be free. Create a crate is action platform for regular elements. See, a lot of this would have already been in the old version of Humble, so it's not really new stuff. But it does display it nicer than it was before, but it also means we can't view it just on the web, which kind of sucks. Crescent Bay, psychological thriller. Great, great. That'll be a... If I do decide to add these games to my Mountain of Shame, that's going to really screw me over. Divanoids, which looks like an old-fashioned multiplayer deathmatch, death sting. Fair enough. Dodgeball Academia. I feel like the only other dodgeball games I've played have actually been surprisingly good. So, I can see myself playing that, yeah. Don't Give Up. Comedic RPG against mentally ill game dev trying to find success in life. Okay. Sounds alright. Drawkanoid, which looks like an arachnoid clone, but where... I don't know, where you draw things? This looks like an arachnoid clone. Okay, fair enough. Elephant in the Room. You're an elephant in the room. You need to get out of the room without being acknowledged. I kind of like that, actually. Yes, that's true. Etherborn. This is a game which is currently for sale in one of the bundles, and is also, yeah, I already owned it. So it's a very cheap game. It came out for like 99 cents at some point. And that's the thing. At least now that I've started buying all these really cheap games, I know which games are cheap and which games haven't been for sale that cheap. So that's good. Ethereal, full of handcrafted navigational puzzles. Fair enough. Fate of Kai. Unique, innovative experience. The puzzle game. Discover Kai's story by walking through the beautiful panels of a magical hand-illustrated book. Oh, I gotta say, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Okay. Fistful of Nothing. That looks terrible. Forager. I've actually owned and played this. It's alright. It's very grindy, as you'd expect. Fortune 499 is a game about money and magic. You're a fortune teller working the magical resources department for a large corporation. Cool. Okay, that sounds fun. Oh, great. If I add this to my list, I'm going to have to... Yeah. To hurt them. That seems about right. Oh, great. If I add this to my list, I'm going to... No, I'm not looking forward to that. Okay. Grotto. Game out a community future, making decisions for your role. as Shaman. Okay. Okay, it seems alright. Gunmetal Arcadia Zero. Just looks like an old style game that they've remade. Fair enough, or made new. Hey, Park Boy! Crash on Earth, Need Your Help to Get Back Home is a casual simulation adventure game inspired by early 2000 era Chibi Robo and Katamari Damacy. Well, that sounds fun. If a little bit silly. But I like silly usually. Okay. Hitchhiker. Okay, a game where you play a hitchhiker just sounds great. Yep. Jauns, another puzzle game that looks very cliche. Keyboard Sports. Oh, is this a typing game? I think this is a typing game. Okay. Fair enough. Kimmy. Game about Dana, a little girl who meets one summer. You play as Dana, she babysits Kimmy. Okay, sounds good. Kind Words. I know this one's quite good. It's a game where you write to people when you're sad. It's good. Nightclub. Okay, another 4-player co-op or action-y game. Yep. A side-scrolling adventure about music notation platformers such as a solar cursor. For a solar cursor. Okay, that looks weird, but fair. MacDo's 95, an absurd game based on the imaginary operating system. The main purpose of the task is to fill absurd tasks. Well, I mean, that could be fun too. They didn't go down the huge nostalgic route with it. Naiad, a game about nature. Immerse yourself in a relaxing, minimalist, and colorful adventure. Flow Naiad across a mysterious river, interact with its fauna and flora to discover its secrets. Okay. Now, a lot of them are very small games, it seems. Ollie and Bolly's Outdoor Estate. You bought an estate, cut down trees, build a house, start a farm in this autumn sandbox. Well, that seems fun, but it also looks like a pain. Once Upon a Crime. Somewhere in the Old West, a cabin full of corpses. If you had arrived moments sooner, you might have been one of them. Okay, so murder mystery. Fair enough. Operator. Okay, looks like a game about using hacking and things to help support a bunch of people who are stealing or doing some crime, I assume. Quiet City. Very minimalist building game. Fair enough. Rainy Season. Family ready to visit the amusement park, but plans are cancelled due to bad weather. So, of an ordinary family spending time during the rain. It's a short narrative game. Allows players listen to calming rain and engage in conversation with the family. Playable in 20 minutes. It's finished in 20 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so that'll be one I'll play the entire game on video. Yes, I mean, it looks interesting enough, I suppose. And of course, retired men's nude beach volleyball. I already had access to that when I bought it. Lovely. Rogue Mansion, a survival horror game mixed with roguelike mechanics. I like roguelike. I don't like survival horror. Next. Roman Sands. The sun is getting closer. Soon it will consume everything. It may be a week, it may be 2. No matter what, just run along and fetch a new game of round of cocktail daiquiris. A visual novel about the end of the world. Okay, that sounds pretty fascinating. Roombo First Blood. Okay, a game about a Roomba killing people. Fantastic. Ruin Raiders. Unknown Menace. That's giving me some massive XCOM vibes already, in a good way. Turn-based tactical roguelike. Okay. Shady Knight. A first-person minimalistic shooter. Slasher focused on dynamic interactive fights and fluid platforming. Each level is a challenging tower with your goals to climb to the top. Once again, seems alright, I suppose. Sluggish Moore's Pattern Circle, that looks so weird. Okay, it's a clay animation game, okay. Snake Pass, we played this on the channel, I really loved it. Space Routine! I mean, physics-based goofy simulation of day-to-day life in space. I do like space, yes. Spoolside, another looks like a physics platformer, puzzle platformer thing. Fair enough. Stumble Hill, it has a bird. I'm already happy about that. Yes. Sub-Serial Network looks like. Ooh, actually, what does this look like? A mesh network and post singularity. Looks like a story-based game, but at the same time, it's got something else to it, so that's interesting. Summertime Madness, another exploration. Yep, single-player first-person puzzle game. Alright, sounds pretty interesting. Suzuji. Game focused on the ability of morphing at a square world into triangles and hexagons. Okay. Tales from the Off-Peak City Volume 1. I have no words. Fair enough. The Corridor. 20 to 30 minutes experience about the relationship of a player in a game. So basically Stanley Parable but worse. Gotcha. The Grounds. Grounds is a street dodgeball game. Once again, I've never had a bad dodgeball game. I guess we'll see that with the changes. First-person job simulator. It's your birthday. You made up your room and your guardian greets you with warmth and compassion. Say it's the first day you get to leave this space that you have been isolated in your entire life. Okay. Weird. Dystopian, maybe? Fair enough. Tiny Echo. Looks beautiful. Surprised more of these games I don't have. Excuse me. I'm going to go back to browse. Tiny Echo. Tori. Introspective journey about feelings. Cool. Parallel single player game where a lab rat is tested in a testing chamber around a certain future. Less cool. Unsighted. World of Automation. Arcadia. Alma is an automation that wakes in the world of ruin. Okay, that sounds alright, yes. Ernog. 2D platformer. Ugh. Void Bastards. Played this game before. Very good. So yeah. Valentia. Kingdom in the Sky. Once again, I'm always a fan of building games. So I like building kingdoms. I like building cities. When ski lifts go wrong. I mean, it's clearly a bridge simulator, but ski lifts, so sure. Wilmot's Warehouse, another random puzzle game. Wizard of Legend. Okay, that looks pretty good. Dungeon crawler with roguelike elements, yeah. Wotan. Jumbo Roll. And Zodiac XX. So some of these games look really good. Some of these games look really interesting. And some of them look kind of crap. So I might try adding them to my list and see what happens. If they start removing and adding games too often, I'll just delete them later. But I might add these to my list, so they might start showing up on my Mountain of Shame. But overall, I kind of feel like we lost a bit by being forced to use this app. Yes, there's actually nothing wrong with the app. It sort of reminds me of the... what's-his-face app? The Amazon app. But, you know. So, Humble Games Collection Premium, handpicked by the Humble Game, and then from the Vault, classic favorites. They're still DRM free, apparently. So, once you download them, you must be able to do it what you want, which is good. I guess that means I'm meant to download the entire thing? I don't know. Alright, so overall, I'm not really sure how I feel about the new Humble Bundle, and the Vault, and everything. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, so now onto the Prime games, and once again, a smaller selection. We've got Jedi Fallen Order and World War Z The Aftermath again, or maybe they're still there from last month. I don't even remember. I think this one may have been on last month, but this one was a couple of months ago, so they're actually re-giving away games, which is a bit annoying. But they do have some interesting looking games here, and even though they've reduced the number, I'm actually okay with this in some ways. First of all, Stellaris is an amazing game. I don't know if GOG Stellaris has DLC, but if it does, buy them. They're great. That being said, Stellaris has been given away free a lot, and in Humble Bundles cheaply a lot. So you may already own it, or you may have missed a much better deal. So, you know, it's free, so play it. It's great, but like otherwise, it's not going to be the best version of the game. Galanzo Soccer, dynamic arcade football game with medium-sized fields, no fouls, offless, just pure fun. I'm going to say it does look better than the last time I tried to play a sports game on Amazon Prime, but still, eh. As far as they go, mobile, village, and travel with your tribe towards the center of the world. This sort of reminds me of a game I backed on Kickstarter. I forget what the name is, but so I know I'm kind of excited about this, like playing it, but like, okay, fair enough. Double kick kickers, which are zombie rhythm with medals, surviving the highway to fight to hell, an epic freak show, and well, that was already Per Aspera. We opened that, so that's literally all that Prime Gaming has to offer. Just those 4 games. I didn't open Ashwalker. I'll look up Ashwalker. What the heck was that? Academy moderators. I'll have to look at that later and see if it's a scam. Okay, Ash Fields. What was it called? Was it Ash Fields? What was it? What was it actually? Ash Walkers. Oops, my mistake. Usually have all this open before we start. A survival journey about a harsh world without rules or judgment. Only choices matter, moral dilemmas, magic party, food, etc. Yeah? Looks interesting enough. Alright, so that's the Prime games though. Not very much there either. Like, it's kind of a light-on month altogether, really. Okay, next, the bundles. PC Building Simulator. This is alright if you want to learn how to build a computer, I guess. I haven't played it myself yet. It is on my Mountain of Shame now, though, so I will be playing it. No, I did not buy this bundle. No, I don't see why you would buy this bundle. Yes, it's $1.39 for the base game and then a bunch of DLCs. But once again, like, do you really need, like, Razer Workshop, NZXT? Yeah, they're big brands, but, like, I guess if you... I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a great bundle. I guess if you wanted all the games, sure. This one, once again, like, I love Surviving Mars, but it doesn't have... it doesn't have the newest DLC, which may be a blessing to some people. It does have Green Planet, and it does have everything else. So for $13 or $14, I mean, why not? Surviving Mars is a fantastic game, and it's got a good modding community. It's got some amazing music. It's definitely worth playing. So, hey, if you haven't got it, pick it up. This one, I'm not buying. You probably see why. I already have Breeze of Maravilla Island. I have Etherborn. I bought that very cheaply. I have Hive Swap, Friend Sim. No one ever watched that video, but it was like full of like liquid pain. So, yeah. Liquid pain. Anyway, yeah, it's considering this Academy moderators is saying one mutual server, Coral Island, and is saying, and Discord is saying, report as spam. I'm gonna guess that, yeah, no, this is spam, and probably not a great one at that. So let's just report as spam. There we go. Alrighty then, Desert Child. That seemed interesting. A few of them seem interesting, but a few of them I already own. So like, I didn't really have any desire to get this bundle. Now this bundle, I was a little bit scared off, literally, by the horror game. And I do already own one of the games, but like the more I look at it, there's 2 games on my wish list. There's 2 games I don't own, or 3 games I don't own. So like, I might buy this one. I haven't decided. Only got 21 hours left, so if you want this one, 21 hours for that one. 2 days. 2 days. And 21 hours. So yeah, all these are going to be ended soon, which means we'll probably see some new bundles pretty soon as well. So yeah, well, that's the humble choice. And while Borderlands 3 is a really good pickup for $16, like, it very rarely goes down that low. It doesn't have the DLC. It just, I don't know. It feels a little dishonest, and I really don't like the idea that I could just lose my 20% store discount. For now, I'm going to keep it and keep going, but if you guys cancel this month, I don't blame you. I really don't. You'll probably claim this one, cancel next month, but still, like, maybe go onto the store and buy as much as you can with the 20% and then cancel it. I don't know. I guess that's probably what they want, really. They also have the Lunar New Year sale going on right now. Which, well, it's got good games, I suppose, some of them. So go through, give it a look. Let's see, top discounts. What's oh yeah, those cheapest games. What about the best selling? Once again, yeah, that's what we had before. So yeah, it's like Tales of Rise looks great, but like, do I want to pay? I mean, it's 40% off, but does it also count? Yeah, choice discount, store discount. I don't know. I feel a little bit. I feel a little bit disheartened from the changes of Humble Bundle. So I'd be interested to see what you guys think in the link in the description down below. What do you think of the changes to Humble Bundle? Do you agree with me that it's just pretty much entirely about stopping people from pausing so they can keep their 20% discount? What do you think of the fact that the Prime Gaming is giving out duplicates now and is also giving out very, very few actual games, which is a little odd. Yeah, overall, a kind of a disappointment of a month, but oh well. Thank you for joining me on my eruption of shame. I didn't add any games to my pile over this last month. There weren't really many sales. I did add a couple of games here and there, but you've seen a lot of them because I've done a fair number of shameless dives this month. So there's that. If you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe. I'm currently running through Star Sector. I've got like episodes up to April there, so even if I was to die, they'll keep coming out. It's a very addictive game, and that is a very crazy playthrough. It really is. Subnautica, obviously, every week. I just played next week's episode last night, and it makes me very excited. I would play a song which gets me pumped up for the fact of what we've got in next week's episode. But I guess just to see. So yeah, those are the two major things we got going on. Remember, if you ever want me to play something, if you ever see that I've played a game that you like and you want me to play more of it, just ask, and there's a very good chance at this point especially that I'll play through it entirely. Unless it's a horror game, in which case, go screw yourself. But in general, if it's a game you think, hey, he's kind of enjoyed this, he might want to play more of it, you can just request it, and I'll play more of it. There's only a few circumstances where I won't, and that's when I went off and played the game myself after. Like, there's a few games that I just really get into and jump through and play the entire thing directly after the video. So, just keep that in mind. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This has been February's Eruption of Shame. Let's hope that March is better, but somehow I think we're going to see a lot of people complaining this month about Humble Bundle. So, thank you, and goodbye.